We have our lovely 5-2s, like we like to do every episode. We start off with our house analogy. Danny, take it away.
Yeah, so we've all seen this by now, and the house structure is perfect for the 6 lines, and the first 2 lines are the foundation. There, you can see the first line is a guy walking out the door. He builds the foundation. He investigates. The second line is sort of sitting around like in a watchtower. They're not sure what's going on, but they love being that way. The third line represents the lady on the right moving up the spiral staircase because they're sort of mutative. They're always moving from one to the other. And then you see the lady on the balcony. That's the fourth line, the place on the balcony on the left. Yeah, that's the place to externalize. Fourth line's like they got a fixed trip they got to talk about. And they got to say stuff. And they're transpersonal within a network. The fifth line has always been the most exalted. In the I Ching, all fifth lines were specifically exalted in the I Ching, the Chinese text from 4,000 plus years ago. And this is exalted because it is the attractor of society. Fifth lines attract society. They can't help it. It's not their fault. They also receive a lot of projection from it, because people are just sort of calling on it twice what they would a 5-1, because it's a double projection field in this particular profile. And they see that fifth line and they just see attractiveness. And most fifth lines, by the time they're 30, start to realize, hey, these people want something from me. You know what I mean? And they start to be like, well, what do they want from me as in their own version of an investigative way to just find out what's going on. And then when you get up to the sixth line, you're on the roof, you're transitioning into the next hexagram, the next new way. So foundation right up to the roof, and the fifth line is just sort of in the background looking out. No one can quite tell what's there. They're looking out.
Perfect. Thank you. I was going to say, I made sure to put her behind the curtains as best I could, hiding away.
No, all good.
Perfect. Good. So their core traits, right? They are brilliant and effortless fixers and solvers, right? We have this lovely man helping fix this car. But the other thing is the 5, right? They want to be they usually end up helping strangers. So this is what I was trying to convey with this photo, is someone notices the car broke down and they'd call on the 5 to be like, hey, I don't know you, but can you help me here? So that's what that's about. They have an altruistic heart. They are serving humanity, and they swoop in, right, to make things better with ease. And
like a bat out of hell, these 5-2s. Yep.
And helping others is like a natural gift, but they also need some alone time. So that's your line 2 coming through, where they need to decompress and just be away from it all. But there's also the aspect of the line 5 here where they can't just like stick around after they've helped.
Right.
To leave, to be called on again. Danny, you were going to add something?
Yeah, just their effortless, brilliant fixer solver. Same thing with this helping others as a natural gift. It's natural as pie. When it is called out, when they themselves allow it to be called from within themselves, they're unique in more than one way is the thing. They're unique in one way. And being a transitional profile, that's why. So this learning and this authority, they learn when to help others versus to take their alone time and to basically get away. They're the perfect out there in the world hermits, or they're the perfect hermits that are out there in the world. Either way, vulnerable to self-questioning and to the questioning of others. I'll add that in there because that second line, which is unconscious, resonates to this theme of uncertainty. They don't know what they know, but the fifth line is like, I should know what I know. Discover your own genius first. This is a motto for them to live by. Let other people that do influence you, let them influence you, but discover your own genius, because it needs to only come from within. All the other profiles can intermix with the others as a form of being called out. The 5-2 needs to call themselves out. Don't wait for others to discover you. That is dependent on type, very much so, but it's the waiting for others to discover you is just as healthy as the not waiting, depending upon your type and your strategy and authority. But it's basically don't allow yourself to be under a rock the whole time, because half the time you're happy under a rock. I know, I'm line personality. And then overcome pressure from others' projections. This is basically something you're always looking at, always be looking as this learning goes on, that other people project on you. They don't necessarily see you. And so as soon as you like, oh, they really get me, question that. And then let time go by. They're not bad. Just question it. And then wait and see that they want to know you and not the projection, which is so tempting, that they apply to you and put upon you and ask you to do stuff before they start calling you names because you wouldn't. It's there you go.
There you go. Thank you for that. So, their challenges and how to empower them. So, avoid overthinking when you're in your alone time. And engage in life to soothe your mind, right? Whatever it is that brings you joy, go out and do it. And demonstrate the abilities that people see in you to yourself, right? We kind of touched upon that already.
Yep.
And when you have strong ideals, it end up inspiring excellence, not only within you to be like, I want to be better at this, but also others as well. And value your natural gifts.
Love it. Yep. The only thing I would add to this is it relates to the challenges and the empowerment. The challenge is the empowerment. That's the thing, because the hermit keeps them back and the fifth line, the heretic, keeps them out. So many of your challenges will come through the places you bust into. And very often that's by accident. Allow it, watch it, and it becomes a natural gift.
Mm-hmm. And then to conclude, Danny, you can take this away.
Yeah, transpersonal karma. This is important. Everyone on this panel has karma with others, with other people on their trajectory on this planet. Recognition, it comes from this assessment of your own self-value, because you're the one that's got to see it. Again, more than the other 11 profiles, you have to see it. And don't worry that you don't necessarily believe what the others say, even if they're seeing it first. Balance, the lead. So basically, there's this out in front, pulling back. Balance that. Find your balance. Just whatever it is. And you know what? Listen to your inside gut, your inner authority. You don't want to go out, you're in. You want to go out, you're not in anymore. It's that whimsical. Pretend you're a 4-year-old, and that's how much thought they would give to such a thing. Understand how engage in this life. That comes with more like reading and going into their chart, but to understand this 5-2 profile is really a profound thing. I would choose to read that into each person if I have the benefit of being able to honor, being able to read for them. And then using strategy and authority to make your decisions. 4 types, 4 strategies, more than 4 authorities, but regardless, use your strategy and authority as it relates to making decisions. Lean on it, watch it, enter your experiment with it, and boom, everything starts to straighten out.
Perfect. So that was our little crash course on 5